Ladies and gentlemen, boys and berries, event planners, event professionals, business owners, entrepreneurs, free people, we the people, W for we. Hey, so what is it? It's 2 o'clock, and today, right now, I'm going to be talking about how to connect with those elusive event planners, the people that are out planning events, whether it be fairs, festivals, corporate events, seminars, workshops, trade shows, hospitality rooms, weddings, retreats, destination weddings in Costa Rica or Bali, Indonesia. Those are a couple of my favorite places. Not more Bali. Costa Rica, I got a friend that has some, we're working on a project down there. So I was going to separate some of these things. A little bit of history on me. I started doing magic when I was a little kid. I did get a job out of high school because that's what you're supposed to do. And I did get a job for a few years working for the county parks department. And then I got done with that and I went and learned how to do design drafting. And I did some contract drafting for a while. And I was gigging, but then I decided to be full-time. And I had two basic areas that I wanted to work with, and one was corporate events: Cargill, Medtronic, 3M, Honeywell, General Mills, Pillsbury, Best Buy, Mayo Clinic, all these corporate, Checker Machine, all these different places. And that's what I wanted to work for. And by the way, if you're watching now and you have any questions, you want to tune in and ask any questions, I got a little comment button up here. I will answer any questions as we go through. I'm going to do this for about 20 minutes or so I won't take too much of your valuable time. So corporate events is one. Then there's your fairs, festivals, city celebrations, your outdoor events, your community functions. And then you've got your concerts, like outdoor concerts. They've got destination weddings, like I mentioned, or just regular weddings, people that plan weddings. All these different types of events need suppliers to make them happen. If it's a wedding, they need a florist and a limousine service and a audio visual, maybe a DJ with a dance band, a floor installation. Maybe they're doing some outdoor stuff, so they have like portable tents, videographers, photographers. They need all these resources. Entertainment, like a magician. I've worked at weddings and receptions before. In fact, I even proposed to a guy's fiance once. Lenny. His name was Lenny. I can't remember what her name was, but he was a fellow martial artist. And then it wasn't a formal proposal. It was kind of like just a little surprise, but he wasn't able to be there. So I stepped in and presented a ring to her. So it was an interesting little thing. But as an entertainer, kind of been there, done that, done a lot of things. And I'm going to share with you how to find some of these people that plan these events, because just calling individual companies and asking who's your person that plans events, that can be time intensive and, getting through the gatekeeper and all that. When the reality is you can find one of these organizations that consist of event planners. Do we got somebody coming in here? I got to call this person back. Sorry. So when there's an organization locally here called the Twin Cities Wedding and Event Professionals. So the people that are there, they really focus mostly on weddings. So if you're looking to do things at weddings, like be a magician at receptions or groom's dinners or things like that, that's a place to go and network and offer your services to showcase yourself in front of all these people. If you're looking to work primarily corporate, there's an organization called Meeting Professionals International, or MPI for short, and they have chapters all over the world. And there's a chapter probably in your community, in your city, or close by. And they have a certification, CMP, where they certify them as a certified meeting professional. And you find that person that has that certification, you know that they're the person that does the meetings. If you're local here in the Twin Cities, there's also another organization called MRSC, which stands for Minnesota Employee Recreation Services Council. A lot of those same people kind of crossed over and worked in that same realm, and they would be classified as the employee club president. So there's an employee club, and that person does things for the employees of the business. So it's not so much the upper management, it's more the employees, and they find things for them to do, like to go on tours and go on excursions and go to fairs and festivals, and they have discounts and things. So if you're looking to contact and do work for like the employee picnic or the employee holiday party or an employee retirement party, or even an awards banquet or something like that for the employees, that's the person you'd connect with, the employee club president, which oftentimes is also the CMP, or certified meeting professional. So those are some of the ways of getting these people. There's another organization, if you're working in more the incentive travel area, where people go on they'll send people to like exotic destinations like Cancun and Hawaii. And when a person meets a certain goal of upper management sales, they make a mark and they sell a lot of whatever for the sales team, they have an incentive to go on a trip to do that. And there's an organization, it may have changed, but it used to be called ITME. And that stood for Incentive Travel and Meeting Executives, I believe. So incentive travel and meeting executives. Now these are associations that have this niche of people. There's another one called the GM Global Meeting, GMTB, TA, I think. It's hard to remember the acronyms. Global Meeting, GTB, Global Travel Meeting Executives, I believe, GMTBA. But you can Google this kind of stuff by just going under Business Travel Association, and you'll find these associations. You can be a member of these associations, and then that's where you network with these people, and you're in the same realm as all these people. Here's an example. There's a very close friend of mine that does trade shows, just does magic at trade shows. I hope I don't want to let out his secret or anything like that, but he focuses on the healthcare industry. And by interesting coincidence, there was, or maybe still is, an association of healthcare professional exhibitors. So that's perfect for him to be part of that as a supplier, because it's this perfect niche of people that exhibit in trade shows, and those trade shows are healthcare industry trade shows. So when you do a little bit of research, you can find that you can get right in the place of the person that actually writes the check for that kind of thing and is a decision maker. Rather than if you go to a chamber of commerce, you're dealing mostly with like account representatives of certain companies, and then you got to climb up the ladder and say, who's the person that's in charge of your company Christmas party? Or who's in charge of your sales meetings? You have to climb up that ladder. But there's organizations that you can just hone right in on. So here's one of my favorite ones, if you're looking at doing association conventions and conferences and trade shows, is ASAE, which stands for American Society of Association Executives. And that's there's multiple chapters of that. There used to be one that was called the MNSA, which is the Minnesota Society of Association Executives. They've changed a little bit and expanded out to become Midwest. And then because of the internet, they now call themselves Associations North. So you'll have to go to the headquarters, find the chapter that's in your region or your area, and then you can get connected with that organization. And like I said, they might not have the ASAE type designation. They might use a domain name, because that's what people do these days and call themselves Associations North, or Mountain Time Associations, or whatever they do. But you'll find them by going to ASAE, which stands for American Society of Association Executives. So these people are important because they're the association. It's an association of associations that consist of companies, and companies have employees. So there's quite a network of people in ASAE, American Society of Association Executives. And that's a fairly interesting way of connecting with these people. And you go and exhibit at their trade show, become a member, a supplier member of their group, and then exhibit at their trade show, and you get to meet all these people that are right in the niche that you're probably going to be targeting. Now, it's tough to be a member of all these organizations. There's a lot going on, but there's another one that's pretty interesting if you're looking to work the conventions that are coming to your city. And those organizations are what it's called CVBs. And CVBs stands for Convention and Visitors Bureaus, CVB, Convention Visitor Bureau, or Association, CVAs. So the Convention and Visitors Bureaus are responsible for putting people in the hotels and the convention center. That's essentially their core mission. And within that comes all the restaurants that are tied, the whole hospitality industry, and then different activities. So you can become a member of your local CVB, and the people that are there are all focused on conventions. And conventions could be anything from the National Motorcycle Association to the Eckankar Spiritual Worship Group, or the American Dairy Association, or the Medical Device Manufacturers Association, or the Midwest Packaging Association. All these people have conferences and conventions, and there's all these different businesses within all of those associations. So another one that, another one that's local I mentioned before is Minfia. This is the Minnesota Festival and Events Association. So their focus is all about Minnesota festivals and events. Now, these events end up being the festivals, like the local city celebration. We got the Hopkins Raspberry Festival, the Shakopee Derby Days, Fridley 49ers, Blaine's Blazing 4th of July, Stillwater Lumberjack Days. They're all over. All these different city celebrations, they always have these little things going on, and they need entertainment and food vendors and activities and tents and signage, and all these event people need all this stuff. And so the festival and events associations are the people that do the Minneapolis Aquatennial and the Valley Fair and the Chanhassen Dinner Theaters and the Canterbury Park and the Minnesota State Fair. It goes on and on and on and on. So that's more the outdoor festivals and the concerts, things like that. The Basilica Block Party that's locally here in Minneapolis. And I apologize if you're from outside of the Twin Cities and you're listening to this, but there's the similar kind of thing happening in your community. There's organizations that pull all this stuff together, and you can become part of these. And now you're networking with the people that are movers and shakers and making it happen, rather than just going out and doing something at a general business thing, like I said, a chamber of commerce thing. They are business people, but they're not necessarily event-related business people, if that makes any sense. These organizations I'm talking about are event business people. Another one, if you want to work trade shows specifically, there's a friend of mine that started a magazine called Exhibitor Magazine. His name is Lee Knight. He's a magician, probably doesn't magic much more anymore because he's busy with the exhibitor show. And if you have a product or service and you want to exhibit at the exhibitor show in Las Vegas, huge conference, I believe it does it at Mandalay Bay. And it's all people that need things for exhibits. So if you want to work trade shows, that's the place to be, because you're connected with all these exhibitors that need trade show stuff, whether it be trade show attractions like entertainment or speakers or spokespersons or signage or booth displays or literature racks or imprinted tchotchkes like this business card holder that has my name on it, the Magic Brad Show. That was a shameless plug, wasn't it? Yes, it was. So let's see, how many I got to put on my beepers. I'm going to be 64 in June. I can't see very much anymore. We've gone for about 15 minutes. So let me touch on some more if they can pop them into my head. The idea is to create something. Like here's an example that my friend John Henderson, you know, I don't even know if he's alive anymore. I should try and reconnect if he is. But he had the limousine service that was here, Henderson Limousine. And he actually owned multiple limousine services underneath that umbrella. And he would do a concierge party. And the reason he did that was because he wanted to connect with all the hotel concierge, because when someone comes to a convention, they go to their hotel, and when the hotel says, hey, I'm wondering, how do I go to this, that, and the other thing, the concierge has all those answers. So John Henderson would always be top of mind with all the concierge, that if you're looking for a limousine to come and pick you up and take you to the airport or take you out in the town, he's the man. So by doing this event that he would do every year and get all these concierge in one room and be able to talk to them and create a relationship, he sort of dominated the area because he had all those people. And that's what I've been doing over the years for booking my magic gigs, by doing the Minnesota Event Expo. As I did this event, I do this event expo, and event planners come to it to learn about all these things in the event planning world. So that puts me top of mind in front of all these event related people. So you can create your own event, do an annual cruise or something on the local river or the local lake, and invite these event professionals to your event and treat them well and be in front of them, top of mind. And that way, when something's going to happen, who do you think is going to be remembered to book that gig or rent that tent or the limousine service or need flowers or whatever? You get those people on a boat with you for 3 hours, they'll get to know, like, and trust who you are. So that's a great way to use an event to market your product, service, or cause. So one of the ways of getting hold of these people is going to that good old LinkedIn, that platform called LinkedIn.com, and just type in a search thing, CMP, just those 3 letters, CMP. And you'll find a lot of people that have that designation of certified meeting professional. And those are the people you can connect with to be able to promote that yourself to those meeting planners. Same thing with CFM, I believe is the accreditation for Certified Festival Manager. Certified Festival Manager is CFM. Same kind of thing. You can find them festival people. I'm sure there's lots of smaller organizations that are, people create their own little communities of planners and try and grow them up. But if you go to these established associations, they've kind of got their finger on the pulse and they've been doing this for a while. They're established and they know how to reach these people. So let's see. I talked about weddings. I talked about corporate. I talked about associations. I talked about outdoor fairs and festivals. So I kind of don't have any more for you. But if you have any questions, you can always get a hold of me at, let me throw my little thingy up here, the Little Chaser, the Magic Brad Show. If you want to be a guest on the show, bring it on. Let's have a conversation about what you provide, what service you provide for event professionals, or any business in general, if you want to just bring it on. Here's how you get a hold of me. Contact magicbrad.com. That's how you get a hold of me. Just call my cell phone, send me an email. Cell phone's better, email's saturated. What else do I got here? I want to share. See, I'm squinting. I can't see this. The Synergy Collaborative is something I'm pulling together, and just a little preface on what it is. Here's the pitch. Here's the offer, the call to action. If you want to be a member of the Synergy Collaborative, membership starts at $7. $7. That's a 7. I look like 7? 7. Loser. No, 7. So the collaborative is people that work together. They work together in harmony, working to help each other rise above the tide. A rising tide lifts all boats. So we work together to boost each other up. So there's membership levels that ascend, and there's the more you're paying for your membership, the more tchotchkes we've got involved for you. But it's about people working together, collaborating to pull things together. And I'm building this out so that it's not necessarily a designated website. It's more of a concept and a community. So if there's something you can add to the pie to make it better for all involved, bring it on. We will help promote it. I've also got an affiliate program that's tied with this. Let me share that with you. That's the Synergy Affiliate Program. If you're interested in making money with this, we've got different products and services. One of them is the Minnesota Event Expo right here, Minnesota Event Expo. There's booth space at the expo. And if you're an affiliate, you can help sell the booth space for this and earn some extra money by doing that. And the way that we do this is it's passive. So you don't have to take your eye off the ball of what you do, your primary business. The links are embedded more passively. And that way you don't have to, you won't disturb your actual brand and your focus so people don't get confused that you're promoting something else. It's on a passive level. So love to have a phone call or a Zoom conversation, a video conversation if you have any questions. I appreciate you taking the time. If you want to know more about me, you know how to find me. Just Google the keyword Magic Brad, go to magicbrad.com. That links to a page that's got my contact information. Be well, be good, be safe, enjoy the rest of your day. Be nice. Peace. See ya.